we should begin with the filibuster. How about that? It came out yesterday or this morning, a Washington Post op-ed that Manchin is not open to, let's say, adjusting the filibuster in any way that alienates Republicans. And, I think that's poppycock. Matt, how about you?
I agree. I mean, Manchin is basically saying that he doesn't want anything to get done. I mean, maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he's just, he's secretly getting exactly what he would like to get, which is not have to take a position, I guess, even though it is taking a position. But he thinks people are. I think Manchin really does think he can have his cake and eat it too. And I think people are just, onto it now. Like this isn't like, the early 2000s where people were just like, yeah, we voted for Obama. Our work here is done. And people just, logged off and signed out. I think a lot more people are paying attention to what goes on in Congress. And I think Manchin can't play that old early 2010s game anymore.
Well, yeah, and it just makes no sense because he literally a few weeks ago signaled and went on a media blitz and said he was in favor of the talking filibuster, which is a change. I'm not sure if he's aware of that.
Right. I saw recently, I can't remember. I was reading it like while I was out on my phone. I can't remember the exact percentages, but something like Manchin previously came out for like a 28%, like when Obama or Trump or something, like someone previously came out with like a 34% tax rate or something for corporations, and Manchin was like, no, that's too much. I put it at 28. And then now, fast forward now, Biden came out and was like, we're going to do a 28%, a tax rate. And now Manchin's out there going, 28% is too much. I put it at 24. Like he just wants to be able to say, no, I called the shots. I didn't let, the crazy liberal Biden tell me what to do. I'm the one who's, the reasonable one getting us to the compromise position, when it's just not. Like it's just any number that's less than the number Biden or any other Democratic party member to the left of Manchin puts out, honestly.
All the
Oh
more
yeah, I
reason
think.
for Biden to have started, just really quick, like started at 35%, because then maybe you knew Manchin was going to water it down. So maybe start bigger than the compromise Manchin position.
Well, no, I agree with that point, Emma, but I also agree with Matt saying I think that Manchin just loves attention. I think at this point, we've been at this game with him for going on 10, plus years of him being obstinate. And, you know, through the pandemic, through the Obama years, it was kind of cute. But now that people are, in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of another recession, the kind of game where not only are we focusing or have to account for this sort of entire party that's obstinate to any democratic, forget even any leftist, but any democratic attempt to make, America livable, we also have to deal with this sort of contingent of Democrats who want to play this game for attention. And I think people are tired of that. If the Republicans are a known quantity, sure, bipartisanship, maybe whatever. But Manchin being this member of the Democratic Party that also can't be really counted on, I think people have become tired of. And, for better or worse, I think the political media class has become tired of it, considering, partially his obstinate to Neera Tanden being given her rightful place in the, administration.
Right. And the weird, I totally agree with everything both of you said, honestly. And, the weird thing is, taking all that into consideration, is that, like, usually when someone is put into the Manchin position, they try to extract something for their voter base. In Manchin's case, the people of West Virginia. I mean, he can pretty much ask for anything he wants. And there's a good chance, if it's, reasonable, like he probably won't get flying cars, but he could get a lot of money towards infrastructure and other things that would benefit the people of West Virginia. He doesn't put it out there. He doesn't ask for anything in return. He's just on this constant journey for some sort of in between position that's not too far right, not too far left, but in the end doesn't really get him anywhere with the people of West Virginia. And I mean, I guess to his estimation, they do keep voting for him, but I mean, does he want to not deliver for them? I mean, maybe he doesn't care, as long as he gets into office and he's able to just toe that that line in between Republican and Democrat.
I think you're right.
He's delivering for the business owners.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely for
the
that.
daily. Go on, Brandon.
I was just going to say, I agree with Matt's point. I think that, in some ways, well, I guess both Matt's points, he's A, delivering for the business owners, and B, I think that there is this cover that exists within a portion of the Democratic Party's ideology that allows for this middle position to be carved out. And it's assumed, more or less to be the most practical, pragmatic one. And, I think he just overplayed his hand too many times. You can only, obscure and distract and, sleight of hand your way out of the fact that you're preventing not just Obama's radical agenda, but now Joe Biden's moderate agenda from getting through just for attention.
Yeah, well, it is mostly for attention, but he wants attention from specific kinds of people. The Daily Poster has a scoop by David Sirota, basically says that Manchin got a bunch of money from private equity and then was given an award by a private equity lobbying group. And then apparently he's threatening to axe Biden's infrastructure bill unless it keeps tax breaks for private equity firms. So he's welcoming specific kinds of attention to get those kinds of accolades and potentially just money.
Right.
No, absolutely.
Right. Didn't the Biden administration just give his Manchin's wife, Mrs. Manchin, a position on some sort of board somewhere? I recall seeing this. I can't remember exactly what it was.
It is. Yeah, it was some sort of West Virginia board position, which people were kind of quibbling that she was unqualified for. I have no idea about her qualifications, but it seems clear what the implication of putting her on that board is. It just feels like the Bachelor, right? And Joe Manchin is the lame guy who's the lead, and everybody is just trying to suck up to him in increasingly embarrassing ways, and he makes bad decisions that end up hurting people in the end